lot of cheese. I got the dialect of dairy in my diary. I'm from a lactose intolerance community. I want to circulate the units in the unity. The continuity of opportunity for stacking bands. Opportunity to stack the figures with your family. I can show you how to get them figures in advance. I don't see nobody else but us giving a damn. Ooh. So let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, sucker, kick it in the lobby. I got a lot to do. I'm gonna watch what you gonna do. See, if you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then chuck a deuce. You throwing off the vibe.
It's week 12 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Jets, just ahead on EA Sports.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The NFL's first ever Black Friday clash. The Dolphins and the Jets underway here at MetLife Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Yeah, he'll find Hall and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. When you talk about this Jets defense, they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the...
And this is caught, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring. and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now it's Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Devon Achane with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Jets, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Shakes off the sack. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively,
and this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Kyle Pitts, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 54 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
Steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could. But let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the...
And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. And the touchdown record is now all his. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Oh.
Out of the gun, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Tarvarius Moore. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. A shotgun snap, Fields. This one deep for Wilson, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
Oh, boy, tough conditions out there. I don't know if a defender slipped or what, but he had a man wide open, and that's a bad one to miss on. They don't come a whole lot easier than that one right there.
2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Here's Herbert. Flush to his right. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Touchdown! Raheem Mostert, 43 yards. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Down the sideline he goes. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields, and that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Don't jump. Ready?
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
A 40-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books, because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often.
And going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 30. First down, Miami.
Herbert off of play action. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Darnell Washington, 47 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from going up by 30.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. That's caught at the 2. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On first down, it's Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run. Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to this.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down, Fields. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And bulldozing his way through. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
380. Cut. Set.
On first down, it's Herbert. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
And the Dolphins first down.
380. Cut. Cut.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Another catch there for Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our...
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And now the rookie's free. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Miami. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Go. Second
half starts with a run by Hall. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Well, they've got to remember that they're not going to get it all back on one drive. But that being said, they also had to come out here in the 3rd quarter with a sense of urgency and playmaking ability, and they showed it on that last play.
A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Tarvarius Moore able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 10. And he's loose again. And all the touchdown. Almost the full length of the field, a 90-yard punt return. And the Dolphins are pouring it on.
Partner, the old rules about not fielding punts inside your own 10, those things are way out the window, aren't they?
Yeah, they say put your heels on the 10-yard line, but when you return it, maybe your coach doesn't say anything to you, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of special teams coach, if they've got a special guy, they'll say, yeah, okay, you can go to the 8. But this one, he really had some guts.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now out come the Jets. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And, look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, Fields forced out to his left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on his...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. His 9th score on the ground this year and 13th overall. And the Jets are able to at least get one score back. Zerline now for the PAT. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Play action. It's Herbert. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, if I haven't said it before, I'm certainly saying it now. No one throws a prettier deep ball than Justin Herbert. This thing's on a rope, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they have the football. It will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, it's something small to hang their hat on. Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Off play action, Fields. Short throw caught by Pitts. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. Back now here at MetLife Stadium, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Along the sideline, Mostert making the play. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. And the offense moving quickly to the line. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete. I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Buying time to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Outright caught by take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Herbert's throw hauled in by Washington. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And New York set to take the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. This one finds Wilson downfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Dolphins offense returning to the field. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more. Oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And going deep for Hill. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. Open man downfield is Hill. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Sanders now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to have it here at their own 15. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. New York set to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news now. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Fields. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now a stoppage, we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. 3rd and 20. Now Fields. These guys running back out of the backfield. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter play.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
To throw is Fields. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Flush to his right, escapes the sack, and he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They